Repeat after me. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3.
I suddenly don't trust you anymore.
You recognize me right away. Your brain seems relatively unscathed. This is good news.
Why were you there?
It's just as well, really, with the amount of effort it took me to get you back here. Honestly, it was like you were glued to the ground back there.
Nico? Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something. How come you're acting so differently from when we first met you?
Am I? Maybe it's because I had the other Shrine Maidens leave. Anyway, I've always been like this.
I don't trust you.
People show you whatever side of themselves they want you to see. I know this for a fact.
Of course, but why were you there?
Every side of me is the real me. People just like to define things in all sorts of arbitrary ways.
Answer my questions.
This is a human society. At the moment, anyway. And I'm just doing as I please.
Paimon didn't quite follow.
Study humans a while longer, my little friend.
I don't really
You'll see what I mean.
Right! Paimon was so focused on the Traveler that Paimon didn't notice what you did to get Scar.
Yeah, what was that about?
What if I told you it was a secret art from the Grand Narukami Shrine, and that I had the balladeer down on his knees, begging for mercy in an instant?
I doubt it.
Would you believe me?
No.
Well, maybe you should be worrying less about that.
No.
And more about how exactly you're going to thank me.
I'm thinking
No?
about how I can kill the Fatui.
Maybe some of your neural circuitry is less intact than I thought.
I'm not gonna say thank you because I don't trust you anymore.
I didn't mean you had to be so formal about it. I need your actions, not your words.
I don't really care.
The delusions. They're
Yeah, that
still
was like
on
a
your
minute
mind,
ago.
aren't they? You needn't worry. The leader of Watatsumi Island took some troops to clear the place out. She's also issued a strict ban on the use of delusions across the whole army.
So?
With their stronghold exposed, I doubt the balladeer is stubborn enough to try and retaliate now on his colleagues' behalf. It would be more trouble than it's worth. I must say, I would relish the opportunity to watch the Fatui getting a taste of their own medicine.
Same.
Well, anyway, that Songonomiya Kokomi, she really outdid herself this time. I'd love to have another chat with her again in person. But alas, belief systems can be such a hindrance sometimes.
A hindrance? Should you really be saying that as the Gucci of the Grand Shrine?
Anyway, I'm only telling you this to stop you worrying so that you can focus on something I need you to do for me.
Whatever.
You've met her, right?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the puppet. I mean her. You've met her, yes?
Wait, what?
Yes, the true Raiden Shogun, who meditates endlessly in the plane of Euthymia to preserve her being. Her name is A.
Are you saying that the one we met at the ceremony was just a puppet? And the real Raiden Shogun is the one that the Traveler met later?
How does that work?
And does that mean that when the battlefield changed, so did the opponent?
I mean, yeah.
Because this is the Raiden Shogun's eternity. Before pursuing the eternity of her nation, she had to reach eternity for herself. Since the physical body will eventually turn to dust, she replaced hers with that of a puppet. And since the spirit is susceptible to erosion, she placed her consciousness inside her sword, where she remains in a meditative state, free from all disturbances.
So, that place that she carved open with her sword...
The plane of Euthymia. Essentially, the world inside her mind. A place that typically only allows her existence.
Okay.
She shuts herself off in her inner world, leaving all the affairs of the outside world to be dealt with by a puppet, who has a singular focus on the pursuit of eternity. This is the approach A has come up with for realizing eternity. You mean Morax? It's been a while since I last saw him. A surprising decision by Liue's Archon. What a fascinating god he is.
It seems like the Raiden Shogun's approach solves the problem Zhang Li was facing, though.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Or you could take the view that she's acting like a little child, throwing a temper tantrum and locking herself in her room.
I mean, yeah.
Don't you think?
True.
The grand notion of eternity she once held has long since given way to the eternity of her own definition. And ultimately, her eternity is defined by fear. The fear of loss.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do about that?
The truth is, we are on the same side.
Possibly.
You want to save the people of Inazuma from the Vision Hunt decree.
Actually, I just
So
want to
do
fight
I.
the Fatui and kill them
The
all.
only difference is that I'd rather like to save this nation and save A while we're at it.
Well, I mean, also the nation sounds good, but saving nations is cool, but I want to kill the Fatui. The Fatui is my, like... It's like finding sister, kill all Fatui, and third is save the nations.
The key is that the plane of Euthymia represents A's inner world. Defeat her there, and you may well have the chance to shake the Raiden Shogun's will.
Yeah, I already wanted to do that. Let's go.
So this is your plan? To abolish the Vision Hunt decree?
Let's do this.
Not by talking her out of it, or through an armed resistance, but by, hopping inside
We
the
already did
Raiden
that once.
Shogun's
Let's do it again.
inner world?
I literally want a rematch.
You're a fast learner. In short, this is the last chance to get Inazuma back on track. Otherwise, an eternity of darkness awaits.
Yeah, but why me, though?
Don't you realize how special you are? Remember, the plane of Euthymia is a space where only she is allowed to exist. The fact that you could appear there tells us one crucial thing.
What's that?
That you have piqued her interest. Perhaps it's
Has no one
Okay.
else ever been in there?
Oh, really?
None. No one has seen the devotee of eternity since she shut herself away. In fact, no one even knows what it looks like in there.
It's very strange.
Your existence is more than just an opportunity. It's the very key to all of this. To that I say, well done, child. You did not disappoint me after all.
Whatever.
Wait, you're
Rematch.
leaving? Where are you going?
Probably to do other business.
Anti-Raiden Shogun training. I've prepared a special
really?
program just for you.
Can I use my other characters now?
We're gonna do it here? And what's this mechanism for?
Think of it as a catalyst that can reproduce the Raiden Shogun's combat moves. I made it from my own memory, which means it should be perfectly accurate. Unless, of course, her skills have declined. It'll give you a chance to figure out her moves in advance and come up with a counter-strategy. That should be a big help, don't you think? The aim is to try to not get hit by the attacks.
Well, yeah.
Since you've escaped certain death at her hand once already, I presume this shouldn't be more than you can handle.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna face the Shogun again. This will be great.
What a workout! So how come you know so much about the Raiden Shogun?
Probably friends or something.
You mean me? Perhaps it's because I'm the Electro Archon's servant.
What do you mean?
What? Like Dvalin is to Barbados? Huh. Never would have guessed by looking at you.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
It sounds like you'd be more persuaded if you saw me in my fox form.
Oh.
In your dreams.
Nice, nice.
Aw.
More curious than my appearance is the fact that she and I don't see each other anymore, wouldn't you say?
I guess.
A nation to last for all eternity is a dream that she and I both share. But I don't think that's the same thing as complete stasis. At some point, she started going down a path that became increasingly difficult for me to join her on. You know, A never said goodbye to me before she stepped into the plane of Euthymia. Perhaps it's just my wishful thinking, but I think she did this deliberately, as her way of keeping our friendship eternal. By neither saying goodbye nor seeing me again, our relationship will remain forever how it was. In her mind, at least. Since we've embarked on two very different paths to eternity, I can either continue to maintain the status quo or do whatever it takes to bring her back on track, regardless of the cost. I have chosen the latter because if stubbornly isolating herself in the plane of euthymia is her idea of eternity, then my duty as her eternal servant is to drag her back out of her own head and into the real world.
Aw, Miko, you sound like a really great friend.
I'm only telling you this so you can properly understand my plan. Could you possibly spare the sentimentality for the time being? Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. Time for anti-Raiden Shogun training phase 2.
There's a part 2?
I bet, because she can steal our abilities except mine. Aw.
We're finally done. How did
Terribly.
we do?
You did quite admirably. I could see your determination and your hard work.
So, do you think we're ready to beat the Raiden Shogun now?
Probably not.
How do I put this?
Yeah.
You're no match for her at all.
Wait, what? So all of this was a complete waste of time?
You are the most important part of the plan. I know what I'm doing. You don't think I'd leave you with no chance to win at all, do you? Speaking of, Traveler, what do you think of the Resistance Army's chances?
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Perhaps they occasionally best the Shogun's army in open battle, but when they face the Raiden Shogun herself, considering even their visions have been taken from them and embedded in the statue, they're ultimately quite helpless.
You don't have to be so blunt. The Traveler's the captain of Swordfish too, you know.
A
I
lot
don't
of
mean
things.
to belittle them. On the contrary, it is precisely because of their helplessness, because their visions have been taken from them, that their will is all the more precious. In short, if everything goes according to plan, they may yet prove to be helpful.
Yeah, what is this plan?
Goodness, is that the time? I have another guest to receive today.
Oh, what?
We can talk more back at the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Whatever.
All of a sudden, you're entertaining guests? Hyman's really struggling to understand how you work.
For her own interests.
Okay, we can talk here.
Okay.
You asked me about the plan.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I've been mulling it over for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Before one makes a plan, what is the most important thing one must do?
A counter to the ability to seal all my abilities.
Don't know. What is it?
You must understand the situation you are facing. The Vision Hunt Decree was obviously devised as a means of manipulating the Shogun. The ones behind it knowing full well her susceptibility as a puppet, with a single-minded focus on eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is the strongest piece of evidence we have to go on. Now, we also know that every aspect of the Vision Hunt Decree's promulgation and execution has been enthusiastically spearheaded by the Tenryou Commission from the outset.
Ayaka was saying that every time they submitted a petition against the Vision Hunt Decree, the Tenryou and Kanjo commissions would veto it straight away with no negotiation.
Yes, it's all too clear that both the Tenryou and Kanjo commissions are in some form of collusion with the Fatui.
Let's kill them. Kill them all.
Foolish humans, blinded by their greed. Thus, the current situation is that our Fatui antagonist is still at large, has the two rogue commissions wrapped around their finger, and is distributing delusions from the shadows. Unfortunately, given that said antagonist is under the protection of two commissions and the Raiden Shogun, we would be rather hard-pressed to track them down.
So, what should we do?
It will be easier for us to start with someone from Inazuma. So my plan is to incite rebellion in the Tenryou Commission.
Huh?
Rebellion? What are you talking about? After everything you just said, it sounds like the Tenryou Commission has rebelled already.
When I say rebellion, I don't mean betraying the shogunate. I mean inciting a certain someone to betray the Tenryou Commission.
What do you mean?
If we manage to convince her, I'm quite sure we'll be able to get you another audience with the Raiden Shogun.
Well, like, how betray them?
I'll give you a clue. She's currently in charge of the Shogun's army.
Oh, Sarah.
She visits the shrine at this time every month, and she is our guest today. She also appears to be standing right behind you.
Oh. Hi, Sarah.
Don't move a muscle. You've got some nerve showing up here in the shrine when there's an active warrant for your arrest.
Hey, Sarah. I have you as a character.
Don't even think about trying anything. Surrender now. You're coming with me to headquarters. Seize him.
Good luck.
Affirmative.
Kujusara!
It seems that you're forgetting. This is the Grand Narukami Shrine. Use of force here is strictly forbidden. Before you proceed, which of you would like to face criminal charges for dishonoring the Shogun,
Ugh. Guji-ai, please tell me you are not sheltering a wanted criminal here.
We are just friends. I don't see what sheltering has to do with it. Tell your subordinates to leave. We have things to discuss.
All of you outside.
As you wish.
Dang.
Guji-ai, I'm a little curious.
Yeah, he is a
Does it not
powerful
also
character.
dishonor the Shogun to hide a wanted criminal at her grand shrine?
You're the same as ever, Kujo-Sara. No one can match you when it comes to loyalty to the Shogun.
As a servant, loyalty to the Shogun is my duty. And as a warrior, I dedicate my life to following the way of the Shogun.
Even though she will one day seize your vision too?
The Vision Hunt Decree is the Shogun's chosen course, and I shall not question it.
Huh. It's tragic. Such wholehearted devotion rendered meaningless by circumstance. Have you been kept in the dark? Or are you the only one left in the light?
Lady Guji, I need you to be direct. Tell me exactly what you mean.
The Vision Hunt Decree is a trap. Part of a Fatui plot to bring Inazuma to its knees.
Yeah.
And your masters, the Kujo clan of the Tenryou Commission, they're the ones keeping the truth from reaching the Shogun.
You're saying the Kujo clan betrayed the Shogunate?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Guji-ai, your allegation is not only dangerous, but ridiculous. The Tri-Commission has served the Shogun since ancient times.
Have they, though?
And remains absolutely loyal to this day. Ever since I was adopted by the Kujo clan, I have seen and heard nothing but pure devotion toward the Shogun. At every level of the Tenryou Commission, especially from the head of the clan, Kujo Takayuki. He reveres the Muso no Hitotachi more than anyone. My own respect for the Shogun pales in comparison to his.
Does it, though?
How could he ever even dream of acting against the Shogun?
3 days. Come back here in 3 days and I will show you the evidence.
3 days.
As a Guji, there's one thing I know very well. People believe whatever they want to believe.
True.
Some things you do not see, simply because you do not wish to look. And so, it falls to me to place the truth before your eyes, in all its ugliness.
You're telling come back in 3 days, but she's gonna figure it out herself because you're just telling her to go look.
3 days? I'll be here. But if I don't see any evidence,
You're
I
gonna
will
see it
demand a
yourself.
formal apology for slandering the Kujo clan. Also, he will have to come with me.
I don't care.
Wonderful. Then I'll see you in 3 days. I look forward to it very much.
I know your plan, Yai. Or is it Miko? Is your first name Miko? Or is it Yai?
That was so scary. Paimon wasn't expecting to run into Kujusara here. But, Miko, you mentioned evidence of the Tenryou Commission's betrayal. Is
She
that
doesn't
all
have
in
it.
hand and good to go? Or...
Why are you always asking so many questions? Of course not. I just had to say something because I clearly wasn't convincing her.
Yeah.
Not entirely unexpected.
As plans go, changing the deity's mind is a huge gamble to begin with. We can't expect to be in control of every last detail when we're facing off against a god, can we?
Okay, but what are we gonna do, though? We only have 3 days.
If we want to get our evidence, we're
Oh.
going to need some help. Now, Come with me. We must awaken the professional.
What?